Alright guys, it's another day to do a cringe-astrophic disclosure, and it is on debate day. We're going to have Kamala versus Don Quixote Judas Trump. He keeps having all these new, I don't know, is it because he keeps chasing windmills? I don't know, it just could be. It could be. We don't know. But anyway, if Kamala wants to win this, she's got to play the part of, distracting the duck. Because, he's all about those squirrels. He's all about the squirrels. So if she keeps distracting him, he may actually lose this debate. But if she falls into the, if she starts looking angry or, if she starts looking confused or like she's losing or something like that, then she's going to have a tough time with Donald, because you know how he just brushes everything off and just keeps going. He just keeps going. He never really answers any of the questions that they ask him. He always starts with, the radical left or whatever it is, and he just pivots to some random thing, and that's how he gets away with all the things that he does. But here's a few questions you could use to distract him. Give him a little jab here and there. Is what was Epstein doing on your Trumpinator private jet? That would be a pretty good one. Ask him. Why are you so obsessed with crowd sizes and keep waving at ghosts like Hamlet? Ghosts of dead folks past? Anybody? Maybe those who took the the bleach. Anyway, why do you keep calling Chuck Schumer and I quote, a weak Palestinian? That's another nice jab that you could throw in there. Wouldn't you say that putting the USA in so much debt forced Biden to start wars to reduce inflation? Come on, Mr. Duck. Where are you on that, huh? You created all the conditions for which all the wars started, so you can't be upset and say that you're the peacekeeper or whatever. That's a blatant lie. Just because wars weren't openly declared doesn't mean there wasn't war happening during your presidency. Stop lying, man. Stop lying. Aren't you bought and paid for by big oil? Of course. That's another good jab there. Just keep him going. Please remind us how batteries can electrocute you should your boat sink and your fascination with hugging them without their consent. He likes to hug a lot of things without their consent. And much, much more. It's a digital thing. What would Melania say about how you treat women if she wasn't gagged by an NDA, right? He keeps whining like a little thing when he was in court that he had a gag order. But he has everyone else under gag orders, NDAs, marriage licenses, the works, right? Nobody talks about that, huh? As a man, what qualifies you to tell women how they should think and make decisions about their body, right? And he's a little, a little whiny toddler. Oh no, I had to take the jab or whatever. And then the other time he was like, oh no, I feel like whatever it was, 10 years younger for taking the jab. Like he's always flip-flopping on the whole thing. Oh yeah, and Project Warp Speed and all that stuff. He's all over the place. All over the place on abortion. All over the place on the jab. How can you be the anti-jab president when you are so proud of your Project Warp Speed that led to so many being forced into injecting themselves with genetically modified microorganisms? Nobody knew that it wasn't just a regular jab. It was genetically modified microorganisms. We still don't know what they do to you. We still don't know. There's no consensus on that. You call yourself the peace president, yet you lied about not being any war during your presidency. I kind of mentioned that earlier. There was plenty of war that was not openly declared, as I said before, not to mention the routine mowing of the lawn of Palestinians clearly went on during his time when he was there. Wars went on, and if you look at how he responds to the Palestinian crisis and the Gaza thing, all he's saying in his mind is why, he's thinking to Netanyahu, why haven't you done yet? You told me there was a rat problem in your country. We gave you all the weapons. Why haven't you exterminated them yet? That is the kind of rhetoric that comes from Donald Duck every time he speaks about it. He keeps, pushing on Yahoo. What he says is, hey, why haven't you accomplished the mission of getting rid of pest control? We gave you all the bombs. We gave you all the things. Why haven't you eliminated the pest yet? So anyway, how much classified national security information did you give away to foreign presidents? We want to know. And if we didn't have Slopadopoulos or whoever else is going to be in the debate, we're not going to hear any of these questions, but they're very important questions that you could ask him. You should ask this guy all these questions. Isn't it true you plan to keep important developments of advanced batteries away from American enterprises just so you can keep selling us to big oil and stop electric vehicles from taking over the market? We know there are better batteries that don't explode, that don't catch fire, and that go way further than what we currently use in Teslas and other vehicles. We are not allowed to get these technologies because apparently we have this Cold War against China. Anyway, you were in a Cold War with China, as I said before, and to kill Chinese people indirectly and without consequences, you chose to repeat the China virus, on purpose to kill as many Chinese as you could, take revenge on over Americans who would die and have died because of the fentanyl crisis. He's always doing something indirectly to do what he plans to do. And a lot of the times these tactics backfire because he ended up killing a lot of Asians that had nothing to do with China. So anyway, this guy is unhinged, as we know. Another question is, why should we trust you when all you do is lie and failed so badly during the Rona? Right? I could go on and on with questions for the Donald Duck, but again, we have Slopadopoulos and a bunch of others, so we probably won't get any answers to any of the questions. And even if you did ask him, he would go on some kind of rant because apparently, what's his name? Something Cheney. Apparently, he's a radical left person, according to Donald Duck just puts everybody in the category of radical left wing, when truly there's maybe 1% of Americans, or maybe less than 1% of Americans, who are truly radical leftist. But he just bunches everybody else in there, including libertarians. But anyway, what a mess this guy has caused. But anyway, if we want to have little jabs, here's some fun jabs and things that we want to know. We want to know the answer to all of these questions before someone like Don Quixote Judas Trump gets elected again in the White House. And again, I'm against it. I'm really against it. All the people close to the duck do not trust him and are not endorsing him this time. Only people that he's turned through his brainwashing, like Tulsi Gabbard. Used to love Tulsi Gabbard. RFK, ruined. He put the last nail in the coffin of the Libertarian Party. That is a dead party, guys. That is never going anywhere into the future. He just destroys everything. He's like one of those fantasy sci-fi black holes, because we know that black holes don't work like that anymore. But in the past, everything got sucked into the black hole. Everything. And he is just like that. And, we'll see what the debate is going to be like. But prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That's all I can say. And with that, see you in the next episode of Cringeostrophic Disclosure.